Today, we're diving into an industry you think you know, insurance. But trust me, something pretty incredible is happening behind the scenes. This is a story that goes way beyond policies and premiums. It's about how this industry is starting to build the very future of a nation. So let's start with a quick question for you. When I say the word insurance, what words or feelings pop into your head? Just take a second. Got a few? Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's something kind of like this. For decades, the insurance industry has had this reputation, right? A little bit dull, maybe, very traditional, buried under just mountains of paperwork. It's a stereotype that has really, really stuck. But here's where it gets interesting. What if that old, dusty perception isn't just a PR problem anymore? What if it's become a genuine threat to a country's ability to innovate, to adapt, and to actually grow? So that's our starting point. The industry's massive image problem. And we're about to see how this is way less about marketing and way more about a critical strategic crisis. Here's the heart of the issue. The industry has this vital new mission, this incredible new job to do. But its old reputation is literally scaring away the brilliant minds it desperately needs to pull it off. And you can see the direct damage right here. I mean, if you're a top-tier data scientist, are you going to jump at a job in an industry people call slow and bureaucratic? Probably not. If you're an engineer who wants to build things, does the idea of being a defensive backstop get you excited? No way. This old perception completely masks what the work is really about, and it turns away the exact people they need. And this isn't some abstract problem, you know? The stakes are incredibly high. Without these specialists, these huge, ambitious plans for things like green energy grids or modern transport, well, they could just end up as blueprints. They'd be starved of the expertise they need to actually become a reality. Which brings us to the big reveal. Because behind this tired old image, a really profound shift is already happening. The insurance industry has a new, almost secret identity. They're becoming nation builders. So the whole game is changing. The old view was that insurance was a passive backstop, kind of like a giant financial warehouse just sitting on cash, waiting for something to go wrong. But the new reality? It's an active engine for national growth. The industry isn't just managing risk anymore. It's using its capital to actively make a country's most important goals happen. And this isn't just happening by accident. It's a really coordinated top-down strategy. You've got regulators unlocking these huge pools of long-term patient capital. You have the government using insurance to boost international trade. And they're creating totally new ways to blend public and private money for these massive projects. It's a complete realignment of the entire industry. So what does all that strategic work actually pay for? Well, this is it. We are talking about the tangible backbone of a country's future. All this newly unlocked capital is flowing directly into things that really matter: green energy, new railways, modern flood defenses, and urban renewal. The engine making these huge, ambitious projects possible is something called the specialist insurance market. Now, this isn't your standard car or home insurance. This is a totally different beast, a unique financial ecosystem that's designed to underwrite these incredibly complex, multi-billion-dollar projects that might take decades to even finish. This quote just perfectly captures the difference in scale and complexity. It's not about insuring a building that already exists. It's about insuring the very possibility of a futuristic infrastructure project that uses AI and custom climate technology. They're essentially insuring the future itself. So, if the reality of the work is this exciting, how do you possibly fix that perception problem? Well, that brings us to the solution: a radical rebranding designed to attract a whole new, values-driven generation of talent. The new core story is a simple but really powerful pivot. It moves the focus away from bureaucratic paper pushing to what the work truly is: actively helping solve society's biggest and most complex problems. It reframes the job as a mission, one with real purpose. And they're tailoring this message for specific roles. So forget the stereotype of the back office actuary. The new pitch is, you are a nation builder. You will be the financial architect deploying billions of dollars to build the green energy grid that's going to power the country for the next 50 years. I mean, how's that for a job description? Or how about this? For the climate expert, the new title is Resilience Architect. The job isn't just analyzing risk from an office. It's about standing on the front lines of climate adaptation, designing the financial tools that let us build modern flood defenses and protect entire communities. And for the data analyst, the role becomes future forecaster. You're not just crunching numbers. Your analysis is the engine that makes it possible to ensure and build the smart, sustainable cities of tomorrow. Your work makes the future possible. So all of this, the strategic shift, the new mission, the big rebrand, it all brings us to a final, much bigger question about what this all means for our collective future. So the key takeaway is this. One of the world's most historically stable, let's be honest, kind of conservative industries is radically redefining its entire purpose. It's moving from a passive role of just protecting stuff to an active one, of underwriting and actually building a nation's future. And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. When an industry like insurance goes through such a fundamental change, what does that signal about the world we live in now? Are we witnessing a future where our biggest existential risks, like climate change, are no longer just seen as liabilities to be managed, but are actually becoming the single biggest driver of investment, innovation, and ironically, of economic growth itself? It's a powerful idea to think about.